Just before we get into today's video, one of my subscribers requested I bring the following to your attention, so here is. If you've yet to pick up a PlayStation 4 or are interested in picking one up for someone this holiday season, well, Best Buy has a great deal on a PlayStation 4 500GB Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection bundle. Now, included in this bundle is a PlayStation 4 500GB console, Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection voucher, a mono headset, DualShock wireless controller, HDMI cable, charging station for your DualShocks, plus a free copy of Fallout 4. Now, the deal is available at Best Buy for approximately $349, and I'm not really going to provide a link since I'm not in the habit of promoting these retail stores, especially for free. But one of our brothers and valued subscriber, Jason Myers, wanted me to bring this great deal to your attention. So shout out to Jason Myers. Hope you don't work for Best Buy on some free advertising. I'm just kidding, Jason. Anyway, I'm Sean Fox and you're watching PlayStation News Now, your source of news, rumor, reviews and video game discussion. Basically, everything gaming. It's Thursday, November 12. In today's news, Fallout 4 is absolutely smashing it on PC if the latest Steam numbers are anything to go by. The PC version has sold around 1.2 million copies within the first 24 hours of its release on Steam. These sales figures have been revealed via Steam Spy's Twitter account, and full statistics will be updated on the Stat Tracker's website in the next few days. However, 1.2 million sold equates to roughly $50 million in revenue for Bethesda. The console versions are also expected to do exceptionally well, and although there are no specific numbers available yet, we fully expect the NPD and GFK chart track to provide full details very soon. But clearly, Fallout 4 is a runaway success. Now, to those complaining about Fallout 4's graphics, I'll just say this. If compared to the PlayStation 4 and 360 games, does Fallout 4 look next gen? Well, it's a subjective question for me, but no, Fallout 4 does not look next gen. But once you get caught up in Fallout 4's lore and beautifully crafted world, you simply won't care. The lighting is absolutely bang on the money, and it's doing things that the PlayStation 3 and 360 simply cannot do. Not everything has to be about graphics, and this is coming from a self-confessed graphics whore. So just have fun with it. And in other news, the latest rumor on Sony Ben's super secretive PlayStation 4 exclusive being readied for the upcoming PlayStation Experience 2015 is currently doing the rounds. Now, many a PlayStation fan is expecting at least a reveal of what is believed to be an open-world survival horror title inspired by The Last of Us, and senior technical game designer Eric Jensen may have added fuel to the rumor mill's fire. Jensen took to Twitter, and I quote, "Hotel booked for PSX, it's happening," unquote. Personally, I feel we should temper our expectations, but let's see what happens. Also, Square Enix is bringing Overwatch to Japan, but only for PlayStation 4. So a little after BlizzCon 2015, Square Enix announced their plan to distribute a localized version of Overwatch in Japan for spring 2016. However, Square Enix will only bring the game to the PlayStation 4 platform, which means players of the other platforms won't be able to play a localized Japanese version, leading further evidence that the PlayStation 4 is still very much a viable platform in the land of the rising sun. And moving on, Digital Foundry, the haven of all fanboys looking to receive validation that their plastic game box, their pride and possession of their entire existence, has the best or worst version of any given game, has followed up on the Fallout 4 console performance issue. In case you missed the whole drama, Digital Foundry's initial tests found that both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One target 1080p at 30 frames per second gameplay with variable results. Both versions have issues maintaining their frame rate targets, but it's the Xbox One version that was found to have a tangible disadvantage. There's a macro stutter issue that seems to be related to the game's background streaming technology. Entering new areas can see second-long pauses, and even switching weapons sometimes causes problems. Well, and apparently the stuttering issue which causes Fallout 4 on Xbox One to dip it down low to 0.00 frames per second can be fixed without waiting on an official patch. But how? Well, it's quite simple really. You just have to go out and buy a solid state hard drive for the princely sum of around £195 for equivalent 500GB, or 1TB sets you back £290. And if you factor in the price you'd have to pay for Fallout 4, the total is a ridiculously high £360 just to get the version to run on par with the PlayStation 4 version, which itself doesn't even hit 30 frames per second consistently anyway. Sound like a good deal? Nope. Actually, at that price, a moderately powered PC is looking more attractive than purchasing an SSD hard drive and the game on Xbox One. You know, I laugh at some of what these pro Xbox YouTubers claim, that most multi-plat games perform better on Xbox One in terms of frame rate. But they have to consistently eat crow, because Fallout 4 isn't the only game struggling on Xbox One, because once again it's the Xbox One where we see the most extreme scenarios with Treyarch's Black Ops 3. A frantic shootout defending a control room is a very low point on the Xbox One, while PlayStation 4 sticks close to 60 frames per second at various moments throughout the battle. Microsoft's system frequently struggles to rise above the 35 to 45 frames per second, eventually succumbing to a 28 frame per second drop. Now the situation is pretty grim. Judder and fluctuations in controller response compromise the gameplay, while the dynamic resolution plateaus to its lowest point. It doesn't look great, but more importantly, the feel is very wrong. Adding to the sense of inconsistency is the use of cutscenes capped at 30 frames per second, which instantly seeks the gameplay with that frame rate unlocked. On a plus side, image quality increases there. Both systems render at 1080p, which leads me on to the next topic of discussion. These games need to release in a more playable state. It seems to me, ever since these consoles became hard drive and online compatible, if you like, it has given developers an excuse to ship games that are broken or in dire need of optimization. Almost 90% of games nowadays are released in a terrible state. Now, I know these developers have deadlines, and the publishers are breathing down their collective necks in order to satisfy the shareholder. Yep, I get that. But what about good customer relations, feedback and satisfaction? Now, with gamers being more discerning than ever, I would really hate to be a developer. Not only do these developers work really hard, often forgoing holidays, vacations and spending time with their families. I mean, these devs must be locked in a coding dungeon like some kind of hostage. Just look at how many developers have crazy overgrown beards. Some people do not see sunlight very often. I miss the good old days of Sega, the pre-PlayStation 3 era and so forth. It was Microsoft releasing the OG Xbox that sent gaming into the realms of PC. The OG Xbox came with a 6GB hard drive and was online enabled, and ever since games have released unfinished or buggy as hell. Not blaming Microsoft per se, I mean, it would have happened sooner or later, right? But what do you gamers feel about these buggy, sometimes broken, unplayable games? Share your thoughts on this subject and anything else related to this video in the comments. Now, before I disappear, I just want to say how absolutely beautiful Rise of the Tomb Raider looks on Xbox One, and the 360 version is looking awesome also. Now, bearing a few missing effects, lower textures and a lack of lighting in certain areas, the 360 version looks damn close to the Xbox One version of the game. But what do you gamers think? Once again, let us know in the comment section. Bringing us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the content, poke the like button. As usual, help us reach more PlayStation fans by sharing this video, and subscribe for more PlayStation news, rumor, reviews and video game discussion. Until next time, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching.